All right, let's dive into the next one here, shall we? So we've got some blue-white spirits here in Historic. So we have a couple of honorary spirits in the deck. We've got some Siren Stormtamers here, which is obviously not a spirit. We've got Thalia as a disruptive creature. That's not a spirit. We've got Deputy of Detention and Ranger of Eos that are not spirits. But they're all just like pretty reasonable Magic the Gathering cards overall. The spirit part of the deck is Spectral Sailor, Supreme Phantom, Remorseful Cleric, Hanged Executioner, Eagle, and Dungeon Geist. It might be a little bit more accurate to call this deck blue-white flyers too, because aside from Supreme Phantom, we don't have any spirit-specific cards. Eagle just gives all flying creatures flying, which does power up Stormtamer. Murky, thanks for 11 months, I appreciate that. Yeah, spirits and friends, right? We have a few copies of Winged Words here, which I think is excellent. Get to draw 2 cards. You know what actually would be sweet? We've talked about a lot about cards. We've talked a lot about cards that I would like to see printed into Historic. I would love to see Spell Queller in this format. I think Spell Queller would be a really sweet tool for these kind of tempo-y decks without burn. That might give them some better play in the format. Currently using my Office 3D printer to make some improvised PPE for folks. Years ago, I was half joking about buying Milliserp gas masks, and oh boy, was that a missed opportunity. I'm going to keep this one up to draw a 3rd land. I don't have a 2-drop, but... yeah, I agree. Loco. We could see that one in Pioneer Masters very easily. Grind the Mime, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, chat. Moment of truth. I need all of you out there to believe. If we fail to hit the 3rd land drop, it's because you did not believe hard enough personally. So I need you to channel your energy. All right, they've got a bunch of 2/2s. My kingdom to be able to cast this 2/3, please. Whew! Shout outs to everybody in chat. I appreciate you. I knew you weren't going to leave me high and dry. I take back some of those bad things I've ever said about you. Oh, only some. Only some. Some of them were well-deserved and are still deserved. Alright, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and take their BTEs away. Sick. Dungeon Geist here. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. It doesn't untap as long as you control Dungeon Geist. So pseudo removal there. Yeah, just after Standard, Bob. We started right with Arena today. I think Standard was a little over an hour, about 90 minutes. So only about 95 minutes in, yours kicks off. This sailor is gonna run him down. So we'll get to Spirit, Chump Block, Lovestruck Beast this turn, and then next turn we can pay 4 to exile this. Yeah, we gotta fade Cleveland for a little bit. Also, because I haven't bragged about this yet today, I gotta pat myself on the back a little bit. You should be proud of me, chat. I managed to, while setting up my computer with my new operating system, I installed a second solid state drive, and I had to pull out my graphics card and unscrew things on my motherboard and put the graphics card back in, and I did all of that, and my computer still turned on afterwards. Truly, truly wonderful. Are they dead? Pretty close, huh? If I do this, next turn I can go chump block, eat, and then kill them on the backswing after taking 6. Computers are like high stakes Legos. They're like Legos where if you mess it up, you're down $2,000 and you can't do your job the next day. So blocks like this, I still have lethal. Did you have to find a 2M screw? That's so the heatsink on my motherboard that I had to pull up in order to put the M2 drive in had 3 screws in it. And I might have put it back in with only 2 screws and liberated one of those screws to screw down the M2 drive. We're resourceful. I mean, it's not like it's a heatsink. I think it's a heatsink at least. I'm pretty sure it's a heatsink. It's not like it's on the processor or anything like that. And the side of my computer case is open. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not going to destroy my motherboard by not having... Now you're making me panic, chat. I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be okay. All right. Yeah, Lyra should definitely come in here. All right, let's trim Ranger of Eos. Let's trim Siren Stormtamer. Probably at least 1 Winged Words. Trim Remorseful Cleric. I think I want Thalia just because she's a 2/3 or a 2/1 first strike. Sorry. All right, let's do it. Hi, oldest son. What are those? You got Lego wheels on your hands. I love you, child. You're great. I don't actually know. So there's my PC part list. Yeah, he's the good one. He closed the door. He always closes the door, usually. If you click on my motherboard, anybody who knows how computers tell me if I have something to worry about, the thing I liberated a screw from... The thing I liberated the screw from is the thing in the lower right, where it says M2 on it. Just to be clear, like, processor heatsinks don't screw down. That's not a big deal, right? I assumed that wasn't a big deal. It's a heatsink / dust cover. Not really sure it's even a heatsink. Okay, cool. Now that has nothing to do with the actual cooling. All right, sweet. I wasn't sure if it was cosmetic or not. I feel better now. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you. That screw keeps the Titan in the Theros underworld. Oh no. Don't questing beast me. Just attack with a 2/2 so I can double block. Don't Ember Cleave me. Don't do anything threatening. I think we're dead. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so, we're actually talking about me resetting up my computer yesterday. my tool that I use to quickly change the color of my frame, I don't have a Windows executable compiled for it, and running Python scripts on Windows is not trivial to set up. So, hopefully I'll have time to do that after. You'll have to Google it, Boldham. Everyone else, including me, has had no problems with it. There might be something specific, some specific issue with your hardware setup. Dropping off Prime and freebies. Stay safe, Oglandia. Thanks, Earth. I appreciate that. You two out there. This hand's great. Wow, that's just like the perfect. So we hit the 4th land on turn 4. We're like super off to the races here, especially with no 1-drop out of them. Thanks, Earth. Easy block. Whew! Lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy. This curve was really impressive. Yeah, Eagle's the spirit. Let's cast this off 2 islands. That way if we draw another island, we can cast this. He says before he bricks. I like my women like I like my magic like I like my women with impressive curves. Yeah, that game really felt like a good example of some of the potential strengths of a deck like this. Like, being able to ignore their potential blockers while racing is really powerful. Especially having good lords on 2 and 3. Yeah, I agree. No Mausoleum Wanderer is a little bit sad, but... Oh, also, by the way, chat, I think I know the answer to this, and I think it's something I'm gonna do anyways, but Steam, by the way, if you're a parent, this is a good thing too. Steam has all 3 Lego Batman games on sale for $12.50. Or at least they did yesterday. I guess I should check and see if they still have it today. But I think I'm gonna do a stream with Declan playing that one of these days. Maybe on one of the days I normally take off, we'll fire up the stream for a little bit and play Lego Batman with Declan. If you haven't seen, if you haven't played Lego, if you have small children and you haven't played the Lego games before, they're great. Good problem solving games. If you have a kid that's into whatever theme they're into, it's good. They come in like Harry Potter and superheroes and basically everything you can think of, Jurassic Park. Where is Lego Paw Patrol? There's a regular Paw Patrol game on the Switch. We nailed down any logistics of the practice stream. No, it's basically just gonna be me asking for 2 people out of the subs Discord, having them play a game, and then asking for 2 other people to do it after they're done. And if we have a few people ready and willing to help out, I'm just gonna pick at random. Yeah, Declan and I have actually, we've played a bunch of the Lego games. And I think the Harry Potter one on the Switch is actually my favorite of them. Saturday morning, we're gonna do a logistics test stream. I bought all 3 of them yesterday, Arcane. Yikes. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I am going to string the practice matches. I don't know how much commentary I'm going to be able to do so much as I'm going to be just like looking to make sure all the logistics work out more than anything. I think I'm just getting more power into play here. Although I guess putting a second thing down that this can get isn't great. Maybe I just Dungeon Geist this turn. Now I think I just want to race them. I think like Thalia keeps their ground pretty under control. And I just want to try and kill them in the air here. If you're using Twitch on mobile, you'll need to click the 3 dots and hit open in a web browser. The Twitch mobile application doesn't open shortened URLs as a safety feature. Yep, no problem. You're far from the first to get caught up by that. Perfect. So we get to attack for 5 in the air here, and then I get to put lethal into play, right? I haven't looked at the new Narset yet. Baffling End sounds great. Big Teferi actually sounds good here. I think there's a good chance these games get grindy on average. I know a lot of people that have said they've enjoyed the Lego games as adults too. I genuinely enjoy playing them as an adult. There's been points where I've gotten stuck and had to do things on there. Like had to Google search how to solve the puzzles. Luigi's Mansion is also a really good co-op game that I enjoy playing. Cheating. Listen, the 4-year-old eventually gets fed up of me trying to figure out the puzzle and failing, so I have to Google it so he doesn't give up and leave. And I'm not cheating for my own sake, I'm cheating for his. What am I cutting here? The problem with Cardboard Live is that it also tries to... Does Cardboard Live have an option to just do the overlay? Or is it going to fight with Stream Decker to put another deck widget on my screen? Because I don't want it to manage my deck. Nothing feels worse than failing at puzzles designed for children. in a way, playing games here on Twitch all day and interacting with Twitch chat makes me uniquely qualified to play video games with my 4-year-old. What are you implying, chat? I'm implying that the 1,300 people currently in chat shouting things at me are often comparable to my 4-year-old shouting at me while we play games. Declan actually does. It's actually funny. It had been like a week since we had played the Harry Potter game, and we picked it back up to play a level, and I couldn't remember how to do the wizard battle mechanic, and like I failed at it like twice in a row, and Declan was like, "Dad, you have to match the colors of the circle to beat him," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're totally right, aren't you, kid?" Sure enough, as soon as we matched the colors, we were able to be successful. Alright, what are the odds they name Ranger of Eos here? Supreme Phantom. It's a good name. Good clean living. Grab some friends. I'll never forget the first time my 4-year-old twins taught me how to complete a Mario World level. It was humbling. Yep. I think games today on average tend to be a little bit easier than games when I was growing up, because we've bought some remakes. Like Christy really likes the Crash Bandicoot series, and we bought some of the remakes of Crash Bandicoot on Switch, and mechanically Declan struggles with that. Oh, you know what's a good one? Someone was asking for co-op games for adults. Captain Toad. Captain Toad is a really, really good, difficult co-op game. Like, Christy and I have played together in some of the levels when Declan and I got stuck, and it's still kind of tough. There's also this really cheap indie game called Conduct Together, which is incredibly difficult. Older games are harder because they got more playtime out of difficulty versus content. It's a good observation. I think that's probably about accurate. Any recommendations for open world RPGs? I don't offhand. It's been a while since Christy and I played a game together. It's been like a kind of rough past year. Before the whole COVID thing happened, you know, I mentioned this on stream before. Christy was very sick at the end of last year. She has a condition called hyperemesis, which causes her to be basically deathly ill while pregnant in the first trimester. Stardew Valley. Okay. A new Paper Mario game. Okay. Yoshi's Crafted World is one that Declan and I have played through almost in its entirety, but we play on kid mode where you can't die, so it's more forgiving. Not only can you not die, but your Yoshis can fly, so you can fly over some of the harder parts. It's much easier. This Thalia art is stellar, I agree. I've heard good things about Divinity from people. It's not one I've played before, though. Is that for my sake or Declan's? Yes. We'll get some friends here. I'm gonna grab one of each. Divinity is the best approximation of D&D in a video game form that exists. Okay. I heard that, Steven. Looking forward to digging into some of the spoilers today. Hostage taker, rude. Wait, are you gonna take my Ranger? Taking Ranger seems so incredibly loose. Am I gonna make an article like last time? I don't know. I need to message. I'm gonna make a note to message my CSI editor about spoiler article. Generally speaking, I have a standing invitation to write stuff for Cool Stuff Inc. But we're not in normal times right now, as we've been discussing, so I'm not sure if that currently still applies. I'll need to reach out to them and find out. Maybe if they don't want an article, I'll just record a short video similar to how I do my articles. But if they still have the fun/bandwidth to pay me to do an article, I'd rather do that.
You'll thank me later.
Thanks, Thantos. The Kineticas are nice too. It was really warm here yesterday, so I spent most of yesterday running up and down the block chasing my 5-year-old on his bike. So got to break them in nicely. I don't write articles that often, but everything I have written in recent memory you could find on Cool Stuff Inc. here. This was a fantastic draw, because it lets me do this and then get this again without having to not hold up this. That's a good question. I believe it applies to everywhere Reebok ships to internationally. If the link's not working for you and you're on an Android mobile device, click the 3 dots in the corner and hit open in the web browser. You can also find a link on my Twitter. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this out or not. I feel like I want to just wait. I feel like there's a chance that I feel like there's a chance that they have a sweeper of some sort next turn, perhaps. Now, I don't think postponing the presidential election in November would be an acceptable course of action. I think taking steps to ensure that all people can vote safely, such as making vote by mail a requirement in all states for all people between now and then, would be a fair thing to do. Not afraid to settle here. Settle cost 5 because of Thalia, and settle could be countered by Siren Stormtamer. So no, there's no reason to be afraid to settle there.
I'm known for my excellent timing. No more game. Reverse.
That's super unfortunate. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Important to remember, Big Tef, when he starts drawing cards, the game's likely over. He takes a while to kill you, but he buries you very quickly. How many people are we up to in the open? 185 signed up. Sweet. Might cross the 200 mark. 185 signed up. Sweet. I think you had a little Jeffception there for a second. I need to figure out how to finagle the audio on my computer so things don't automatically get pumped into OBS. On Linux, it's easy to do with a little bit of pulse audio magic. 257 adds another round. Calendred, that's why that's the cutoff. And deck lists are due an hour before the tournament starts. I am streaming through a Windows computer right now. I put a second hard drive in my system and set up a dual boot yesterday. Yep, that is this weekend. This coming Sunday. Sunday. I think I'm supposed to play this as a blocker. It sucks to make my winged words cost more, but it is what it is. Thalia's tax is symmetrical. It's not just one-sided like the stupid cards out of War of the Spark. Yeah, this Sunday is the inaugural Hoaglandia Open being hosted on MTG Melee. The only requirement to play in it is that you must be currently subscribed to my channel. You also, you have to be currently, that was a half thought. You have to be currently subscribed to my channel, and your computer and internet have to be capable of broadcasting your matches to Discord. Because the purpose of the Open is to create content. So if people don't broadcast their matches, I don't want to do like Channel Fireball and do like ad hoc content where like I can't cover all the matches I want to cover. Feel like we're pretty dead here, huh? Opponent looks to be playing the Grixis aggro deck we've been playing a little bit of in Historic. Vomit. I mean, it's not... Just to be clear, Channel Fireball is doing the best with the hand they've been dealt. The production that Channel Fireball is putting on is the best they are capable of doing, and as long as Wizards of the Coast continues to come up short and not provide a spectator mode. I know, even if you're yanking my chain, like, I think it's good to clarify there for people that aren't familiar with my content and think that could definitely be interpreted as shade at Channel Fireball, and it's not. Like, the reality of the current situation is that it's difficult to impossible to create a good arena tournament content without doing what I am doing and requiring people to stream to Discord. What's a good low wildcard deck in Historic? I'm not sure offhand, Beefcake. I know Mono Red is competitive in this format, but I don't know what the wildcard cost is off that. I mean, to be fair, Godzilla is like technically a 7/7, right? I mean, you don't have to have 4 robbers. If you're someone that's subscribed to me anyways, you could definitely just build a budget deck that's reasonable and, like, free roll the tournament, right? If you're already sub tier, it's kind of a free roll if you have your Sunday free. All it costs is your time. This block is bad because they could have Bone Crusher. The tournament this weekend is historic. My plan for the Hoaglandia Opens, if this one is a success and we continue to do them moving forward, is to have whatever format we're playing for them align with whatever is currently the most popular format on my channel. Yeah, feel free, Shiny Kuma. Setup is fine, because, like, it's something that needs to be done to make my content better. Ideally, I don't want random Twitter videos or YouTube things that might pop up while I'm live to, like, play over my OBS setup. Thanks, Kuma. Bookmarked. What is the dealer's choice, though? For now, all of my dealer's choice points are being held on to until the new set drops. What would be the price for someone to donate to dictate the format of a Hoaglandia Open? Probably 4 figures. Shellers, thanks for 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We'll see. I could also see getting like rotating through the formats a little bit, like have us do standard for the open right after the new set drops, and then switch to doing historic for all the other opens when standard's not fresh. I'm not Wizards of the Coast. We're not gonna do a standard open 2 weeks before a new set drops. That's just stupid. Standard's always fresh when it's new. So, like, doing a standard one right after a set release and then historic ones otherwise is probably pretty reasonable. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and just take their knight here, I think. Since this is tapped anyways. We'll flash this in. We're actually one short flashing this in and playing a Lord. Maybe I am just supposed to take the cleave. Although I guess this isn't lethal next turn. So it's like not too big of a deal. Oh, that is lethal. I'm dumb. I counted 7. Rude. JK, I knew about the Tyrant Squad. Deck lists are due an hour before the tournament starts on Sunday. Scale of 1 to dead. Where are we at here? Dead. Sick. Narrowest of margins. Cutting Remorseful Cleric against the Crocs deck is assuredly wrong. Let's not do that. A shoe sponsorship, does that make you a real e-athlete? Do we need new advertising streams with all sports canceled? Sure. Is it worth burning 10 wild cards and a meme to O2 drop? Well, I mean, if you'd play the meme outside of the tournament too, almost assuredly. I think I want to lead on Nyx-Fleece Ram. On the draw here, I want to prioritize keeping my health total high as opposed to being aggressive in racing, I think. Not bad. Do thing here. Thanks for the 12 months, Axe. I appreciate it. Welcome back. With great power comes great responsibility. No blocks. Take 5, go to 14. We're not winning this race. We gotta hope to find something with the winged words here. Yikes. Alright, so if we find Deputy of Detention, we could probably win the game. If not, we're likely dead. Been watching more streams the past few weeks. It's been nice. Thanks for doing what you. Thanks for keeping me around, Zerm. Yeah, they get to pump this up and just crush us next turn. The Grixis aggro deck is really good. If you're interested in playing in the event this weekend, you haven't found a deck yet, you should check out our videos of that one. That's one that I'm going to be putting up on the website once I get time. Probably sometime next week. How much to have this happen at release? All right, here's a question. Assuming I can get that shipped here in time, I'm not going to be able to get out to dye my hair blue anytime soon. Is a Godzilla costume for the release stream an appropriate substitute for the blue hair dyeing goal I promised? for the charity stream we did. I feel like that's a pretty appropriate substitution. Alright, assuming the mail system is capable of getting that to me in time, I just told Christy to order it. You're right. There aren't any brazen borrowers in here. That might be a bit of a miss. Yeah, considering brazen borrower could be a good one to include. I don't know that we're going to be able to race this, especially with another Jade Light coming down the pipe here. Your Amazon order says order in the next 5 hours, arrives Friday. Yeah, I mean, like, my Meyer order said it was going to be ready Friday morning, and I didn't pick it up till Monday night, so, like, you know. I get to do this at least and shut down Wild Growth Walker. We can't really race in the air, though. Godzilla family costumes. I don't... Tag Christy on Discord, Wargy, and ask. Can we let Declan decide? No. Alright, slow and steady. Super dead to a fine finality here. But otherwise, we might stabilize this. This trades here. This protects this from a removal spell. Whoo, buddy old pal. Papi! So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Long story short, thanks for being an organized streamer. Makes my life easier when trying to find bots. Thanks for the biddies, Amherst. I appreciate that. Wow, nice Defenders of Cats. It's probably definitely regionally based. Perfect, Wargy. She does actually work during the day, so. And half Wrangle children. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually have exactly 14 damage. I cannot believe we won this game. I know they had a little bit of mana problems there, but like, that was like genuinely impressive. Like we tempoed them just enough, and then like snatched victory there. Yeah, Thalia's probably out here. They have a lot of creatures. Teferi for grinding a little bit. Baffling End for cleaning up their things. Cleric sounds good against their Uro deck. How much life did they gain there? They had 2 Jade Lights and a Branch Walker, so 15. Dungeon Geists was MVP there, huh? Like, that was easily the reason why we won. This one right here. Oh yeah, they had Uro too. Yeah, they had 1 Uro or 2. So close to 20. What am I trimming? I need 1 more cut here. I feel like it's a Hanged Executioner. One, two, three. It's just curvamentary. What could it be? I mean, Eagle's a lot more than 3 power for, or 2 power for 3 mana. They're a Citadel deck. Okay, interesting. I'm kind of surprised they left Citadel in against us. Usually this is a card you don't want in the more aggressive matchups. Our deck's definitely aggressively leaning. That's a great draw. We get to go Executioner next turn, Eagle the following turn, smash. It was a really good set, Engineer. Yeah, maybe they just don't have enough interactive cards to like play an interactive game plan against us. That's fair. They'll have 9, 11 to attack with next turn potentially with this. Seems pretty good. Okay, deal. Am I trading for one of their creatures here? No. No, I am not. Wow, I am really surprised they used those the way they did and didn't just double up and kill the Phantom. Excuse me. Woof. Need a good draw here. I don't think that'll qualify. Yeah, a little bit short. Their interaction there, very key. I don't think I want more removal. I don't think this is a Spell Pierce matchup. I could, like, if I bring in Spell Pierces, they could, like, just have, like, a Wild Growth Walker draw, and then I end up really sad. I mean, anybody that understood the math knew that was coming, Nemesis. It's still sad, but it's not unsurprising. In fact, my already incredible amount of respect for Bernie Sanders could only be improved by him dropping out to save people. Acknowledging that this is not This is not a normal time. Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the race for the presidential primary. Joe Biden will be the Democratic nominee. Dear opponent, please do not end my legion. Please, I implore you, do not end my legion. Don't do it. Mercy. Mercy. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I hope Biden picks a reasonable VP candidate. That's actually a good question. Has Gabbard technically suspended her campaign? I think she did, but I don't remember. Yeah, I think Klobuchar is a reasonable pick. I think I'm using this as a gain 5. Oh, whoa, whoa, do. Unfortunate third game there after impressive game 2. Impressive game 1, close game 2, rough game 3. Yeah, I don't know if that was so much about Wild Growth aggro and more about us not having spells. Negotiations with the wife have begun. Stay posted. Sounds good working. All right. Can someone please put in a petition to Wizards of the Coast to ban Spectral Sailor? I feel like for the good of the format, we should probably remove it. Card is clearly busted, chat. His Spirit / Flyer is doing well. It might be playable. We'll see. What quick and interesting games of Magic the Gathering. Intellectually engaging. And we're out of there. All right. Yep, Grull's best draws are close to unbeatable for a lot of decks. It is the nut draw aggro deck in the format, and it's not close. Yeah, Domri's Ambush paired with Questing Beast gives the Gruul colors access to a type of, like, pseudo-hard removal that those colors generally don't have. If you hit any issues with MTG Melee, there should be a Discord server link on the bottom of their website, I believe. They have their staff are super active in there. So if you hit any issues getting signed up, feel free to ping them there. They are a new-ish service. They pushed out a little bit earlier than I think they originally planned to because of everything going on with COVID. Zaparis, thank you for the very generous tip. Here's Grixis Shadow, sounds fantastic. I'll get that added in. Thanks for the support. The tournament starts at 9 a.m. Central. If you don't know how that translates to you locally, MTG Melee is great technology, and if you pull up the website, it detects what time zone your computer's in and translates it for you automatically. It's good. It's good stuff, chat. It's good stuff. Please don't lightning strike my Supreme Phantom. Please don't lightning strike my Supreme Phantom. I think because I have 2 Dungeon Geists, I just play out this first one pretty aggressively. Yeah, no problems, Paris. Man, Dungeon... Do we want more Dungeon Geists in this 75? This card's been, like, instrumental in every one of these ground races we've been winning. I feel like I don't know if I want them main, but I feel like in the 75 is probably reasonable. Are these better than the Ranger of Eoses? They might be better than the Rangers. Geist of Flying Flame Tongue Goblin. Yeah, in a lot of ways. Dungeon Geist was a standard staple in Blue-Red Delver. Back in the first time it was standard legal. It's not shown up this time around, but it was fine last time. Is there any kind of Grixis control deck? So, you had just submitted Grixis Shadow. We've actually been working on a Grixis aggro deck that's been submitted 2 or 3 times that feels very reasonable. You should check out the VODs on YouTube. That's probably one I'm going to add to my website once I get time after the event. I don't know if I agree with the take that Royal Scions is underrated. I feel like that card has a hard time because it's a Planeswalker that doesn't play to the board immediately. I'm actually going to bottom the Sailor here because I don't have an untapped land on 1. And go 2, 3, 4. Alright, trying to survive to get to 5, huh? It's interesting how cycling is a mechanic of the new set that's decimated by a 3-mana walker passive. I mean, does it get decimated? Like, cycling is instant speed. You can cycle your cards on your opponent's turn. I think you could make the argument that cycling's actually pretty reasonable against the prison planeswalkers, because you can cycle on their turn with Teferi out too. Yeah, like cycling works with Teferi on board. I actually think cycling has the potential... I think cycling has the potential to really make, cycling has the potential to really make, Teferi bearable. Yeah, it's a very obvious cleave. I think it's still right to block. I think I'm just gonna Deputy their Zerta here. Where the consensus is on Companion. I actually just retweeted Willie et al. I think this is the best take. I think this is the best take on Companion so far. In my opinion. Good golly. Well, they've got no action, but we've got no lands. Steelers, you know. Just magic things, chat. I'm realizing as I sit here playing, I forgot to set up, I forgot to set up my scene that has, the scene in my OBS that shows my center screen, so I can't, like, pull up tweets easily. I'll have to do that later. The Big Main, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. No, when they kill your companion, it's just gone, is my understanding. Just goes to the bin like anything else. We can dodge a cleave, we can dodge a ball, chat. Play around questing beast. That's a thought. Is this lethal? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is exactly lethal, right? 9, 13. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the sub gifties. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. I agree with you, Nemesis, and I hope we're wrong. I hope we're wrong is all I can say. So, thoughts on this. Two things. One, Dungeon Geists was great. Let's buy its stuff. I think I want some more of these. I think I would play more of these main. I think I would just cut the Rangers. It's like this tempo effect was super strong. I'm not sure Thalia is actually good in this format. Like, the combo decks that exist, she's not really that good against, and I'm not sure that she's worth playing. Yeah, I kind of want a touch more interaction main, and this is kind of a 2-mana piece of interaction, right? I kind of feel like some Borrower could be good. Yeah, I think something like this for the main deck. As far as sideboard goes, I don't know if going up to Hero of Dominaria is reasonable. It's probably worth trying. We didn't really get any good chances to see it in action. I think I want more deputies in the 75. I don't think I need more main, but this card was just like superb at multiple points. And we didn't play against any Field of the Dead, but this card is excellent there at cleaning up their zombies while we race them in the air. So I think more deputies in the board could be good. Teferi 5's a card that can come in like when you're looking to grind, and I'm not sure that you're ever really looking to grind. I could also see an 8th 1-drop being good. Siren Stormtamer was excellent at multiple points, and I think Siren Stormtamer, especially going up in Dungeon Geists, seems reasonable. So maybe rather than 4 Borrowers, we go to the 4th Stormtamer. Being able to play one of these on 1 into this on 2 is also good. This curve looks pretty reasonable. To trying something like this. This archetype felt like it had potential as one potentially working at more. I don't know. It's hard to know, Nemesis. Like, that's all speculation. Like, at the end of the day, the narrative that Bernie was going to generate lots of voter turnout ended up not being true. As someone that really wanted to believe that and thought that Bernie's message was inspiring, it was one that I got behind personally and hoped it would resonate with others too. The turnout for Bernie wasn't there. And in fact, Biden ended up generating big turnout in places where he didn't even put money into advertising. Like, I wish that wasn't the reality, but that is what happened. All right, what are we doing? We've got 2 more historic decks coming out here today. We've got some Gruul aggro coming up next here. And this is a kind of interesting take on Gruul. Specifically, it's playing triple green 3-drops. Interested to see how this one works out. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while I get my client restarting, get the deck list updated everywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, the Zigs are speaking of sponsors,